Hello, audio marks, coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned marks wrestling fans, to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said!
And we're back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of March for Life podcast, where we talk about the Cruiserweight Division. I am one of your hosts, CJ.
And I am Jimmy, and welcome back, guys. What a week. It's been very long. This is the first time we're getting back into the whole rhythm of our format that we normally do.
Yes, especially with school starting and everything like that. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it already started for me. Did it start for you?
Yeah, it started for me on Monday.
It started for me yesterday.
How was that?
The commute wasn't fun. Class was good, but it was a 3-hour class, so it was like halfway through, like just starting to fall asleep. But it was good though.
All right.
And then today I had a 7:30 class, and I have school out in Queens, and in relation to where we live in the middle of Long Island, that's like a 40-minute to an hour drive. It's not fun.
No traffic. 40 minutes to an hour, no traffic.
Yeah, no traffic. But what about you? How's school?
It's good. You know, I go to Stony Brook, so it's only 20 minutes away. No traffic. Barely any traffic.
I hate you.
It's good though. It's quick. You know, everyone seems pretty competent. My teachers.
Competency?
Competent. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I've
You
gotten
had
some.
that problem before?
Yes.
Like incompetent teachers?
Yes, and that's where I failed because they were incompetent.
Great.
Yeah, but they seem pretty competent. It's good though. Mine is straight though. It's like 2:30 to 5:30 Monday, Wednesday, and then 1 to 5:30 Tuesday, Thursday. So it's just straight. So I don't mind that. It gets me done quick.
I have such a struggle with my schedule because of commuting, and this is what's gonna get me broke. 40 minutes day in, day out, and then after today's class that I have to drive back here and then go right back out. We
should really change like when we record this.
It's all right. I can deal with it.
Well,
if it's only gonna be for one semester, I think I could do it.
Well, I might be having a job Monday through Thursday mornings.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to change it.
We're gonna have to.
Do you work Fridays?
Do I work Fridays? No, I haven't. Not yet, at least.
Why don't we just do this on a Friday?
We'll start doing the recordings on Fridays?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, I have no school, and I'm probably not going to have work either because my current job sucks.
I don't know what the future is going to hold for my job. I know right now I'm not working Fridays.
I'm always free Friday nights.
No, I can't because I hang out with Rena after school's done. And that's like our only time of the week that we can do that. You know, aside from like, if we have like to do our anniversary because that's coming up in like a month. And I'm actually a little excited about it because we're
2 months.
It's like the end of the month. It's
all of September and all of October.
Okay. I mean,
his anniversary is Halloween, folks.
Yeah, it's Halloween. And the best news about that is that I'm not working on Halloween, which is crazy because I've been working the past 2. And for the first time in a very long time, I actually get off on it. So I'm very happy about that. But let's just jump right into this week, I suppose.
It was a pretty slow week for pretty much most of WWE. A lot of things happen outside of the ring. Just want to give a quick couple of shout outs. First to Kazuchika Okada for being named the #1 wrestler on the PWI 500.
You know what? You just made the list.
Yes, he did.
He made a good list.
Yes. First time ever that a Japanese wrestler topped the PWI 500, and the first time since AJ Styles that a non-contracted WWE wrestler has made the list.
I'm actually pretty happy about that. Like, that's a very good feat. Okada really deserves everything that he's got for that.
Well, he got 2 6-star matches.
Yes.
And that's not including all the other 5-star matches he had in the past year, as well as the IWGP reign.
Yeah, but does PW Insider take into account all of Dave Meltzer's reports and stuff like that?
I would believe so. But here's the thing. You also got to realize that he was IWGP World Heavyweight Champion the entire time that they were looking at it, from June 30th, 2016 to July 1st, 2017. He's been champion.
Yeah, so he's been champion. How long has he been champion?
Over a year. Since June, I believe it was June 11th of 2016.
That's still pretty impressive. And considering everyone else that's on the list, I mean, pretty good people. What really pissed me off about the top 10 for PW5 is that Cody Rhodes wasn't on it. And you have to remember, between that time span that they went out, Cody Rhodes was on Bound for Glory for TNA. He was on, Final Battle for Ring of Honor. He was at Wrestle Kingdom, and he was at Mania.
Yes.
And that's never happened.
But here's the thing. Given that it is historic, and I agree with that, he didn't wrestle at Bound for Glory. He had a pretty okay match with Juice Robinson at Wrestle Kingdom. You got to remember, a lot of wrestlers stepped up this year. I'm assuming Kenny Omega is on the top 10. John Cena. AJ
Styles, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode was on that list. Miz was on that list.
Exactly. You see how a lot of those wrestlers, granted they were exposed, but they also had fantastic matches. Cody Rhodes, he's starting to come into his own.
I wouldn't say it's just started. I mean, you also got to think, like, between, I would say, right after Wrestle Kingdom, he joined Bullet Club? When did he join Bullet Club?
Beforehand. Final Battle.
Final Battle. Isn't that the Final Battle that he won the...
Nope.
Ring? No, that was this past one that happened. No, he won it at, when did he win the title?
What was it? Death Before Dishonor?
No, that's what's coming up next. That's,
War of the Worlds.
No, it's the one one after that, before Death Before Dishonor.
Hell if I know. All I know is he won it from Christopher Daniels, but that was after he joined Bullet Club.
Yeah, I know that. Hopefully he gets something, because I feel like Cody Rhodes deserves it.
I think Cody Rhodes is on the path to being there. I just think that not this list, maybe next list.
Definitely, because after this past almost 2 years, I would say, since he left, he's had a great independent wrestling career so far.
Oh yeah, he's really starting to come into his own. I'm just saying that this past year there have been a lot of standout wrestlers.
Yes, that's true, but I feel like compared to where he was and where he is now, it was a standout for when they put him on like main event spots for a lot of the stuff.
Best in the world.
Best in the world. That's what it was. I knew it was something related to CM Punk's name or something like that, or one of his catchphrases or something like that.
I think that it's not yet for him. He's only 31. He has plenty of time. I think he has a little bit of time for that.
I agree with that. What else happened? Past week was the Rosemary thing.
Yes, Rosemary. Sexy Star attacked Rosemary midway through the match in a shoot. Nearly broke her arm, or actually
it was at Triple Mania in Mexico.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Triple Mania in the AAA pay-per-view. AAA company. Sexy Star got a lot of backlash for that. Well deserved, by the way, because you don't.
Have you seen the video for it yet? Because I heard a lot of things, and this seems to be a general consensus that everyone really did not like what Sexy Star did.
Well, I wouldn't either. This kind of puts her on the map as an unsafe, greedy worker.
Yeah, that does put it to that way. But, like, I don't know. I'm not torn because I am condoning Sexy Star's actions for what she did. My question is, though, like, where does Sexy Star go from here? Because, like, we all know Rosemary pretty much got the ultimate baby face push for this. That's going to happen right out of the gate as soon as she's all healed.
Yes.
But where does Sexy Star go from here? Because
slums.
Like, she's just out from wrestling ever working again. From a wrestling perspective, she's just out. She's just done.
Yes.
All right. That sucks because she was one of my favorite commodities on Lucha Underground, and that's really...
And she went from my favorite to a dud, just like that, because because of this incident.
Yeah, from this incident, but I don't know.
You don't do that.
No, you don't. And you're right on that. You don't do something like that to another worker. In wrestling, you're supposed to protect the person that you're working with no matter what.
Yeah.
And I don't know what would provoke this thing. We really don't know that much information other than the fact that this happened. Sexy Star, I don't think, has come out and said anything about it.
No.
I guess we'll keep an earful.
No, she said it was a work.
It was a work.
That's what she was saying. It was supposed to be a work.
Well, that's what it was supposed to be, but it turned out it wasn't. And she did it on purpose.
No, because that was a lie.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely keep posted on that. I mean, I feel like that's a really important thing because we got to make sure that these wrestlers are okay because they're both fantastic characters, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. But let's jump right into our reviews for a week.
Yes. First thing, recapping Raw. Alexa Bliss is your new women's champion. Why are you mad about that?
Because why would... Remember last week where you were talking about asinine booking? This is another part of that.
I think this is going to help break down Sasha Banks into a heel turn.
Yes, but why though? Why?
Because it adds to Sasha Banks' character. I think because Alexa Bliss put out perfectly last week that Sasha Banks has never successfully defended her title.
Well, by the time this podcast, it would have been 2 weeks because we didn't do that review.
Oh, well,
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you know how great of a character development that would be if Bayley comes back, takes the title off of Alexa Bliss, and then Sasha Banks just goes crazy, Well, and then Sasha Banks challenges, Bayley beats her, and then Sasha Banks then turns heel on her. How that can break a person. You see how it was with Dolph Ziggler? Never really, always kept coming short and stuff. Led to a very great heel turn, not necessarily a great heel run, but it's Sasha Banks we're talking about.
That's true, and I do want to see a Sasha heel turn, considering that I'm a huge Sasha Banks fan. But I don't know. I feel like we're trying to predict what they're doing, and I feel like they don't even know what they're doing. And I'm talking about WWE writing, because they're jumping right into Nia Jax.
Well, here's the thing.
Because if they're going to do Nia Jax, then they should have went with my prediction for SummerSlam and just given it to Nia Jax, and then Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam, and they're just giving the title to Nia. I
don't think they're giving it to Nia. It might even just be a three-way. Sasha still has a rematch clause.
That's true, but I don't know. I mean, I'm torn because, yeah, I want to see a Sasha Banks heel turn, but at the same time, it just seems like a real asinine way of doing things. Because to me, this is just remnant of the Cruiserweight thing between Neville and Tozawa. It feels the same exact thing.
Yeah, but you know how WWE scripts a lot of its promos. Alexa Bliss was scripted by WWE to say that in that regard then.
Yeah, I mean...
If this is all a plan to do a Sasha Banks heel turn out of frustration, that would be great.
That's true.
Becoming the queen of the division for only a second. And this consistently happening. And then you bring up the fact that she's lost every historic match she's been a part of.
Yeah, that's true.
Every single one. Hell in a Cell, Iron Woman match. She's 0-2 at WrestleMania, 0-3 at SummerSlam.
Yeah, this all consistent.
We're 0.
Yeah, it's 3.
No. 1-3. Excuse me.
How's that one?
Because she won it this past SummerSlam.
All right, she won this past one. That's right. My bad.
But she's not. You know what I mean? She's.
Yeah, I get it. It's just I'm just frustrated because we don't know for certain, and that's what frustrates me about this. And I know we're not supposed to know. We're supposed to suspend that belief when we're watching wrestling. But still, my fear is that they're gonna screw this up, and I don't want that screwing up.
I got a little bit of faith in WWE that they won't screw this ass up. But something that was surprising for us, I think, that we could both agree on, was the Intercontinental title battle royal, and the winner of that match.
That's true. But I think a lot of things had to do with that. But we'll go along with what happened at the beginning of the show. So Miz comes out and
demands competition and
Kurt
respect.
Angle comes out, announces a battle royal with
15 superstars,
including the Miztourage
and the Big Show,
and the Big Show,
and the Hardys,
and Kurt
Jason
Hawkins,
Jordan,
who did a fantastic run for 3 seconds in it. Yeah,
Kurt Hawkins is my favorite jobber.
yeah, he is. Like, and that is coming from Long Islanders right there. Like,
Yeah.
he's our favorite jobber.
Yes.
I miss terribly Zack Ryder in that position, and I miss Zack Ryder in general. Have not seen him
Yes.
once, and it's really sad.
But anyways, Intercontinental Battle Royal happens, and the winner is Jeff Hardy after eliminating Jason Jordan.
I'm torn by this decision.
Okay.
By a lot. Because one, I feel like I'm going to be correct in saying that they're going to do some sort of heel turn for Jason Jordan.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion on that.
Yes.
But I'm torn as to they're already jump starting on a singles run for Jeff Hardy. And what's the point of bringing back both Hardys if they're not going to do the broken gimmick or do something like adjacent to that?
Okay.
And
what if this is a one-off?
I mean, if it is a one-off, and then what do you mean? Like a one-off that's going to lead into like some sort of development of a quote-unquote broken gimmick or woken gimmick, depending on...
Like, imagine this. What if it's a one-off and then it turns into, people interfering? Or you saw Gallows and Anderson take out Matt Hardy on the side of the ring, so they're probably going to feud.
Which I would enjoy. I think that team together, like I don't know, would you still call them the club?
Yeah.
Or just Gallows and Anderson at this point?
I just prefer Gallows and Anderson.
All right, so you have Gallows and Anderson, and then you have the Hardys, and I think that they actually have a pretty good dynamic
Yes.
when it comes to tag teaming. But then, my question is, what are we doing with the Hardys? What's the point of bringing them back in? I'm getting flashbacks of the Dudley Boys, literally a year ago, coming back and doing the same exact thing.
They're trying to do the broken gimmick, but the Revival keeps getting injured.
But that's the thing, though. They're not doing the broken gimmick, and if we're gonna be waiting on the Revival, and then they keep doing an injury thing for them, I mean, then what's the point of having the Hardys? I hate saying that
They
because
might be doing the Gallows and Anderson leading them into the broken gimmick. Then
I feel like if they were gonna do the broken gimmick, there was a better time to do it when they had the titles, they lost to Sheamus and Cesaro, and they could have done it then.
We both know that couldn't have happened.
No, I know for a fact that it could have happened, and it could have been booked in a way that it could. I personally believe that. I just feel, I don't know, I feel like they're just squandering right now with the Hardys, and it's really sad. That's all I'm saying.
I think they're trying to figure out how to display the broken gimmick, without, inciting a lawsuit. And they had a plan with the Revival, but that fell through. So now they're trying to think of a quick backup.
I mean, just copy and paste Gallows and Anderson onto the Revivals, I guess is what they're doing, but...
They might, I don't know. But...
I feel like they should have already done it, and I know that's a really, I know that's being, really,
You're being petty.
Exactly. That's what I'm...
You're being petty.
I know I'm being petty about it, but it's still, it's been, I don't know, how many months has it been? It's been past 6, at least.
It's been about 6.
It's been about 6 months, and there's...
No, not even. It's been
It's been about 8. No, it's been about 5.
About 5 months.
About 5. I don't know. I'm just... You're right. I am being petty about it, but...
You are.
Okay, I agreed with you, and let's leave it at that. Okay? Let's just leave it that I agreed with you that I'm being petty about this.
Yes.
But I feel like I'm not the only one having this kind of opinion.
Yeah, I think that,
Because we're just being patient with it. I mean, we were waiting for a Bully Ray Devon breakup. I mean...
Yeah.
We were waiting on that. We never got that, and then...
They were never going to do Bully Ray.
No, but that would have been sweet, though. I would have liked that.
Yeah.
And they would have done with the New Day and then making fun of their gimmick, and then that would have really raised their part of the gimmick if we were gonna back book on that whole thing. But I'm just saying, if they were gonna do it, they should have done it already. And I know though they're waiting for the Revival. I mean, honestly, is that really is that really what we're waiting for? Just the revival?
I don't know. I think they were just waiting for a team to break them. But that match is happening next week. So on Raw. So I'm thinking that there's still time for the Jason Jordan thing.
Yeah, but let's talk about the Jason Jordan aspect of this. I mean, where do we do with Jason Jordan? Because he's not in any picture. I mean, he had a nice little stare down, I think. No, it wasn't him. It was... who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the Balor Club. Jeez.
Yeah, well, there was a Balor Club, like, Bullet Club-esque moment. That was pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. Then there was a stare down between Hardy and Balor.
Yes.
And that's the match I really want to see.
Now imagine this. Well, because here's the thing. Balor's going to go into a feud with Bray. He has one more match with Bray.
Again.
Yes. What if Balor then starts to target... What if, Gallows and Anderson went after the Hardys at behest of Balor? Balor turn.
Well, yeah, I would... I would like that. The way that I would like to see it is if, like, they're doing, like, a promo, then Gallows and Anderson attack them from behind, and then Balor runs out to help. But then it turns out that he's actually turned on them. That would have been... I would enjoy that. I would enjoy the crap out of that. Because
I think it's going to start setting it up. I'm going to be honest. That could probably start setting it up at No Mercy. Like they could start getting attacked and stuff, and then Gallows and Anderson like, oh, we respond to someone else and blah, 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 and then go that way. But
and then we start hearing.
Now, who faces The Miz after...
Jeff Hardy?
Yeah. You think Jordan?
I think that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. I mean, I would have much rather have seen Roman Reigns because from what I've heard around, and I'm pretty sure you have too, is that Samoa Joe got injured at a house show recently.
Yes.
And unfortunately they had to scrub the Roman Reigns, Miz, and Samoa Joe. Nope. Yeah.
I heard something different.
Samoa Joe and John Cena, and then they just jumped right into Roman Reigns into John Cena, which is what we're talking about now.
Nope, I heard a different thing.
All right.
John Cena, it was originally supposed to be that plan, but it wasn't scrapped because of the Samoa Joe thing. It was scrapped, the John Cena Samoa Joe, because John Cena said that after No Mercy, he's going to film Bumblebee, the Transformers movie, this Transformers spinoff, and he has a lead role, and he can't take time off of that.
Ah, that's stupid. That's a dumb reason.
So that's why we're having John Cena versus Roman Reigns at No Mercy, because John Cena is filming a lead role in the Bumblebee movie.
Stupid idiot. You know what? You just made the list.
I'm excited for the Bumblebee movie. And Ferdinand.
Okay, Ferdinand I can kind of go.
But that's the reason why. And John Cena was originally supposed to have a match with Samoa Joe on the card.
I would have much rather have seen that because I feel like we're getting a double dose of a main event on No Mercy, and I don't want the thunder being stolen from Brock Lesnar.
But like John Cena was supposed to have a match with Samoa Joe on this past week's Raw. That's how they were going to have that match.
And then they got scrapped for this contract signing for No Mercy.
No, they got scrapped because Joe got injured that match.
Well, yeah, it got injured, and that whole match got scrapped because of that, which then led into...
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they had...
No, here's the thing. John Cena, Roman Reigns, that No Mercy thing, that was already like...
Yeah, it got planned, and because of an injury, it got scrapped, and then that's what...
I don't think you're getting what I'm saying.
No, I am. I'm trying to say something different so we lead into our next topic. We're leading right into the promo and the contract signing for No Mercy. That's what I'm trying to get into.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know. I don't think what you're saying is like making sense, but
So we're talking about the contract signing and the promo that happened between Roman Reigns and John Cena. Did you like it?
I enjoyed John Cena just ripping into Roman, yes.
Did you think it was honest, or did you think it was more of a work?
People said it was scripted, that it was scripted. I don't care. The delivery was excellent, and it kind of brought back a lot of The Rock and Cena or CM Punk and John Cena and stuff. It brought back a lot of that fine line between a work and a script.
What do you think of Roman stuff? Because I feel like
it's a rehash.
Yeah, but I mean, so is the John Cena stuff. Make that argument.
John Cena's wasn't a rehash of the criticisms against Roman because no one's ever voiced those criticisms publicly against Roman Reigns in a promo.
Okay. I see your point.
Everyone has voiced those complaints against John Cena, AJ Styles. You have The Miz. You know, there are different cases this past year where everyone's been throwing that at John Cena. Even Dean Ambrose has said the same stuff. Part-timer, Today Show, you know, all that stuff. Magical fingers behind the screen. The scene. Roman Reigns, how many people have you seen call him out that saying, hey, it's a promo, I'll wait? Yeah. Or said that he was a cheap-ass corporate copy John Cena bootleg.
That one was a really good part. I was going ooh and ah every time.
Yeah.
But they went back and forth, and I don't know. I think you're being harsh on Roman just because it's a rehash. Doesn't mean it doesn't make... I don't know. I feel like you're being a little harsh on Roman.
I'm not being harsh. I'm just saying that, like, the delivery by John Cena was excellent. The delivery by Roman, it was...
I thought the delivery was good, though. I mean, yeah, it was a rehash, but it was still good. Like, I still felt the burn.
Yeah, but it wasn't... I don't know. For me, like, it's stuff that I've all heard before. And if it was, like, something different...
I mean, how much more different would you have wanted to see? Like, honestly.
Not gonna lie, I would have liked Roman Reigns just call out John Cena as, like, the only reason we're having this match is because you're gonna be all filming a movie.
I mean, there's still, several more weeks.
I know, but that would have been a great burn against John Cena because John Cena was laying it thick on him. So I would have enjoyed
that moment, definitely. But there's still several weeks. Who knows what they could do for that? I think it would be a pretty sweet...
Yeah.
I do agree with you on that. It would be a pretty sweet burn if he did that.
Yeah, like the only reason we're having this match at a B-level card like No Mercy instead of something like the Big Four is because you're all filming another freaking movie, Mr. Free Agent, and then punch him in the mouth.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm also surprised in the fact that there was also fourth wall breaking in this as well.
Hashtag Roman can't cut a promo.
I mean, yeah.
Quoting John Cena.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I want to like Roman.
Who do you think's gonna win in this match?
I kind of want Cena to win. I'm not gonna lie. I think it would be a really good character development if Cena won, beating Roman, A, the new pet project for Vince McMahon, and then B, actually making that turning point into like, okay, like the Golden Boy right now just lost to the previous Golden Boy, and hopefully like that there's like a story behind that, and I would like to have that be kind of developed, and then have another repeat match at like at the Rumble or something like that,
or WrestleMania where Roman Reigns retires John Cena.
But that's not going to happen. If that does happen, I'll be shocked, and I'll be like, okay, I might get behind this. I've
heard rumors that John Cena's going to come back and then take the title off of Mahal after filming. This is the rumors I heard, that John Cena's going to come back, take the title off of Mahal, and then we can have Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania.
And then what? Roman goes to SmackDown? That's the idea, to take Roman off of SmackDown and have Raw be the Braun Strowman show.
Yes, because Roman Reigns getting his ass kicked.
Ah, man, I don't even know how to even talk about that. Like, oh God.
Like, just imagine that John Cena comes back to SmackDown, holds up the championship, like he wins it, say, at the Rumble.
And then
Roman Reigns comes out and spears him.
And then beating Ric Flair's record.
Yes, and then have Roman Reigns spear him. And then
Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. That's your... Yeah, because he would have to win the Royal Rumble to face John Cena for the title.
No, I would have John Cena eliminate Roman Reigns from the Rumble.
Oh, so then John Cena's the heel in this scenario.
No, because he's just getting payback on Roman. And then it just leads to something where Roman ends up getting a match against John Cena. And then John Cena loses his title in his career.
Booked. Booked.
Book it!
No, I like that idea. I don't think they're gonna do that though.
Probably not, because
But I
they're
would
stupid.
love to see that. I honestly, I would love to see that. They're not gonna do it though.
Ah, no.
If I don't know, if in the next several weeks to a couple months, and we start seeing more hints of a John Cena Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, then I'd probably be more like, okay, I can actually get behind this.
It's either Roman versus John or Roman versus Brock. Either way, I want it for the title.
For a title at
Yes.
some point. Okay.
Actually, not Roman and Brock. I don't want that for the title. I just want a grudge match.
Okay. Here's my question. If let's say that it is going to be John Cena versus Roman at some point past No Mercy. If he does beat John Cena, would we start liking him?
Nope.
You're just going to hardline not like Roman Reigns. Do you respect Roman Reigns as a in-ring competitor?
Yeah.
You do enjoy his matches.
Yes. I respect John Cena more.
Okay.
And I feel like
a lot of people though. I mean that's why they do the Cena sucks thing during his entrance. I know that's why I do it.
I like how Roman Reigns tried calling him out on that. Like, oh, they don't like you because you suck. And then John Cena just simply replies, they tell him he sucks all the time.
Pointing at Kurt Angle.
I'm like,
like
we don't deserve John Cena.
no,
I think
we
that's,
don't deserve John Cena anymore. Like we did back when we all hated him, but at this point we like him so much and we just don't deserve him.
I think that I don't know what the problem is with Roman. I think that
Is it because he was pushed too soon on us like a couple of years back?
I think that's part of it. I think that I actually just don't like Roman.
Yeah, but why though?
It's something about him. Like there's not really a redeeming quality about him. No, I'm being serious. Like if I had to choose who I would be friends with, it would not be Roman.
Okay, but between John Cena and Roman,
I would have John Cena as a friend. Hell,
would John Cena have you as a friend?
probably.
Stop lying.
Oh, stop it. I'm funny. Like, here's the thing. I feel like Roman, I think he's being pushed as a heel, as a face, yes. But even as a heel, I don't think I'd like him because he kind of gives out that such an arrogant attitude that I would still not like him.
All right.
Like, it's different from someone like Kevin Owens who's funny about it, or AJ Styles who's so respected that you really can't boo him.
What about Seth, though, back when he was in that kind of position?
Oh, I hated Seth. I hated Seth so much.
When did you start liking Seth, though? When he came back?
Yeah. And I thought they were going to push him face, and they didn't. I'm like, all right, I guess,
It only took 6 months later.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't like Seth. And then he got turned on by Triple H, and I'm like, all right, how the hell am I supposed to feel about you? Like, there's nothing I really like about Roman. Like, he's a great worker, but I don't like him. And I think that's just a testament. I don't think it's a testament to his character. I think it's just a testament to because I feel like he is he does have a chip on his shoulder. He is that arrogant person that we want to see him as a heel. I don't like him. And I think that's a testament to Roman, because if he's a heel, he could be the most hated heel because I still don't like him.
I mean, if he starts being a heel and starts doing the heel things, you'd still not like him.
Yes.
But wouldn't there be a point where you actually start liking Roman, though?
I don't know.
I feel like at this point, you're the one who's being petty about this.
I think that the testament of a heel, I'm old school, that even as a heel, you should not be cheered.
I mean, yeah, but we don't live in that era anymore.
I know, but I'm old school.
Yeah, but we don't live in that time anymore, and unfortunately, you have to get over that.
I know. I just don't like Roman.
All right. That's your opinion, and you're allowed to have it.
Do you like Roman?
I don't know. I'm torn. I really did not like Roman for a very long time, but his in-ring ability is good. As much as you hate him for doing the Undertaker thing, and I still hate him for that.
I never said that.
Do you hate him for defeating the Undertaker at Mania?
No.
I'm giving him a look.
I've moved on from it.
Did you hate him at the time?
I did not. Let's see. How do I put this?
Well, I'll let you think about it because let me just continue with my thought. Because I didn't like him for the Mania thing. Just because, okay, like suspending my belief that, you know, he actually retired The Undertaker, like officially in like probably the greatest character ever in WWE. That part of like childhood and everyone's nostalgia, gone. Like one of the very last remnants of old school wrestling, gone.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely did not like him for that. But I did like him as a heel when he uttered those 5 words on the following Monday Night Raw, "This is my yard now." So, very heel thing, and I would rather see him as a heel. But like, I can go, okay, I can kind of start liking him a little bit. Like, okay. But like, if I'm gonna be superficial and talk about just how he may actually act as a superficial person, I mean, you're mixing reality with kayfabe, and I don't know if that's really how we're supposed to be looking at it. I mean, you're allowed to have that opinion, and I'm not telling you shouldn't, but I'm just saying, like...
Well, here's the thing. I didn't like the fact that Undertaker retired.
No, but...
I wanted...
Oh, go on.
I've been wanting Undertaker to retire for a while.
I can... I just didn't want Roman to do it, really.
I would have been okay with CM Punk doing it, Bray Wyatt. He should have retired when Brock Lesnar did it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, so when...
Or at least skipped one Mania to make it feel like, okay, like he's really done. And then came back that SummerSlam. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, like Roman... He did... You know, he did it. He did the dude. He did the deed. I was more upset that the Undertaker retired, and I never got to see him live.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
You know, Roman, you know, but even before that, I didn't like him.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely not my favorite Shield member, but like I can go respect the fact that, okay, he's the muscle, and he does really good at being the muscle.
But like, he's in the same position as Randy. I don't like Randy either. Randy Orton, I don't like him.
No, I agree with you on that. I don't like him either. Like,
even as a heel, I didn't like him.
He's okay as a heel. I don't like the fact that he's a face. But I guess we'll talk more about Randy when we get to the SmackDown reviews. But
you want to look at the difference. John Cena. I'm going to put up John Cena. I didn't like him for the longest time because of his stale character, but he started to win me over with his in-ring work. You know, and his promos. He turned everything up a notch. You know, and then you see all this work that he does outside the ring and stuff. You know, it kind of does make him that quintessential good guy. You know, and he's just a great guy. Roman, I feel like that he's being shoehorned into a role that he was not made for. And
yeah,
I
agree with that.
And I feel like as a heel, he would make me hate him even more. And
yeah,
I feel
but
like
then over time, would you start liking Roman? I'm giving you that opportunity. Just
I say that given over time, you know, I may be swayed over. Okay. But that would have to be... I enjoy commitment to characters. I enjoy commitment.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like, I love the Stardust character because Cody Rhodes actually went to interviews as Stardust.
Same thing with Matt Hardy when he was in the Broken gimmick. He was the broken Matt Hardy. I
appreciate that. But, like, if Roman Reigns can do that commitment and still continuously get people to... You know, like, I enjoy The Miz, but I still want to see him get punched in the mouth every once in a while.
Yeah, I want him to lose here and there. Yeah, of course.
You know, because he's still... You know, I don't know.
No, I understand what you're saying. You want more commitment from character building. And at the end of the day, that really is Roman's biggest flaw.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I don't know if that is 100% Vince at this point, or if it's just how shareholders at WWE, he's good looking, he knows how to wrestle, he may not be the best speaker, but he's getting better. He is getting better, I will say that. And we want him shoehorned in this position. And just honestly, we don't see that.
Yeah.
But he's growing in the sense that, okay, like the promos aren't too bad. His in-ring work and his storytelling inside the ring is actually pretty good. So I can kind of get behind it, go like, But like, if he gets shoehorned into more roles that he's not meant to have at this particular point, because that's not logically what his character's supposed to do, then I probably won't like him. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about Roman. We were supposed to...
Well, that was probably like our biggest topic.
Well, I mean, yeah, but looking at our format, it is kind of the biggest topic. So let's just take a break at the moment.
Yeah.
And then we'll hop right into SmackDown and NXT.
Hello, Audio Marks. I'm here to talk to you about Patreon. Patreon is a website dedicated to giving more power to the content creator and their patrons who support them. By giving them an avenue of direct support, these creators can create any kind of art with Patreon. Music, drawings, videos, and yes, podcasts. There's no middleman. So please head over to our page on Patreon, Marks for Life Podcast, to support us with a $2 donation. With this donation, you can get all of our podcasts on our page, and you can get a special shout out from ourselves, Jimmy and CJ. Or you could just do the regular dollar donation just to support the podcast. Now back to the show, Audio Marks. Thank you very much.
And we're back.
All right, guys, time to do the little SmackDown thingy. We got Smack Talk with us. First thing on our agenda is the Shelton Benjamin debut in his tag team match with Chad Gable against the Ascension.
That was awesome.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I love the fact that he's finally in WWE after basically a year of being injured, essentially.
I'm excited for a Shelton Benjamin Chad Gable feud.
Yes, absolutely.
I am
can't wait.
so excited for that. Wait, what if Shelton Benjamin turns out to be the person that's been attacking Breezango?
Maybe.
And Chad Gable's torn because now he has this shiny new
tag team partner, but he's doing bad things to a team he somewhat likes.
And then Chad Gable turns heel.
I mean, you just really want American Alpha shoehorned into this position, even though it's not American Alpha anymore. It's Shelton and Chad.
I think we need more heel teams.
Well, hold on. Before we get... the match that they had was fantastic. I think it was the right thing that they won.
Yes.
Considering it was the Ascension. Did you like Shelton's performance in the ring? Do you feel like he's got it still?
Oh, yeah, he's still got it. Did you see Shelton Benjamin's... the little things that he did?
I didn't pay attention to all of it, so if you could mind telling the rest of the audience.
Chad Gable wanted to do a double suplex. Shelton Benjamin said no. He's kind of hesitant to be partnered with Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Imagine this. A veteran comes back and he's being shoehorned into a tag team match with this young up-and-rising, up-and-coming star. I mean, how does that feel for Shelton?
Yeah, I would probably be, because, yeah, I could see that. It would probably be a little bit like, I don't want to say demoralizing, but like, I guess it would, yeah, definitely. But I think that there is a story to be told, and I'm very excited about it.
Yes.
But I know that we didn't put it on the format. I do want to talk about Fashion Files because it came back, and it was great. I loved everything about it.
I'm upset that Aiden English is now being targeted.
Yeah, I mean, how long do you think they can go for this?
The fact that we're still excited and it's been like months of trying to figure out who this is. This has been going back since Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
This payoff's going to be awesome.
I hope it's awesome, because if it's not, I'm going to be so upset.
I heard of 2 ways that this could go.
Go on.
Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
Which is the default, and I think would probably be a good one. But what's your
Authors of Pain.
Ooh.
I did hear rumors about that. My buddy and I, we were talking about it, and he brought up a good point. Authors of Pain are next on the NXT call-up list. It was 3 call-ups. Bobby Roode, Asuka, and Authors of Pain. Now, Bobby Roode went to SmackDown. Asuka, though relinquished her NXT championship, was supposed to go to Raw. Now, Authors of Pain, now they can go to either one. And judging by the fact that I said we need more heel teams on SmackDown...
Yeah, they're going
Authors of Pain should go there.
I would love it, especially with their new thing that they're doing. I think it would be really good.
I think it would be excellent if that were to occur. Especially let's look at it, SmackDown would then have the Usos heel team, Authors of Pain heel team, Ascension, still going to count it. They need to build it back up or send it back down to NXT, rebrand it. But then you got the Fashion Police, and you got New Day. You kind of need a little bit more of a heel team. And then you got Hype Brothers.
Well, not right now. Mojo Rawley got injured, buddy. Yeah, I know. It's just been a bunch of knee injuries that have been happening recently. I mean, what was it? The Buddy Murphy one, that was like a leg injury, I think.
Yes.
Then you had the
Big
Bailey,
Cass.
which was the shoulder injury. Then you had the Big Cass knee injury. You have the Mojo Rawling one. And there's one more I'm not thinking off the top of my head. The Asuka. That was another injury.
Asuka was another injury, yeah.
And
a lot of injuries.
It feels like 2015 all over again.
Don't say that. I think that just needs to work like a safer style.
I mean,
Focus on the in-ring psychology, not the in-ring action, and you could still have that great of a match.
well, I also think that they also need to take more breaks in between
That too.
the weeks for television, the weeks for house shows and pay-per-views,
Yeah.
and travel, and they just need more vacation time, honestly.
Yeah, because back in Bret Hart's time, it was like 200 matches. Max. Here it's like 300 something.
Yeah, and I don't think I could even do 10. Barely one, maybe. And that's me, not an experienced wrestler. I mean, everyone thinks, oh, I could do a 5-minute match. No.
I don't think I have enough information. I don't think I'll have enough things to do for a 5-minute match. I'd be like Randy and stalling, but I would just keep flipping off the crowd. But back to Shelton Benjamin. Benjamin, I think,
Seamless transition.
Benjamin and Chad Gable should challenge the Usos. They should lose, and Benjamin turns heel on Chad Gable, and then Chad Gable instantly has a money feud.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
The feud would be a gold standard.
That's so bad, but damn it, that was good.
And who knows? Maybe it could be a match for the United States Championship.
Oh man, dude, AJ Styles versus Shelton Benjamin for the U.S. Championship. That right there is money.
Boy.
That there's. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yes.
But let's move on to Natalya and basically the whole women's scene, essentially.
Natalya next week is versing Carmella, and then the following week is defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Naomi. I like this. I like this a lot because they are really going going head first with Natalya being the women's champion, and I love it. I love the opportunities that they're giving her. I think it's very good.
After lots of years of not holding a title and being basically used as a jobber.
7 years.
7 years.
Or 6.5, technically.
Yeah, okay. But, man, finally, I'm so happy about this. She deserves it. I think that she should emulate more of, like, her uncle and her father a little bit more. Like, coming out with, like, the leather jacket with the, what are those shoulder pad things with the frazzles that Brett used to wear? Those things. And coming out with, like, glasses and, like, emulating, like, a modern day.
Nah.
Yeah, I think that that's the next gimmick that Natalya should go for, is, like, a hitman gimmick or a hit woman, essentially.
I think Natalya...
and be the Bret Hart of this generation for women. That's my opinion, but...
I think Natalya is fine with where she is because she's making her own character. You don't want to be like so copycat of your father's gimmick or your, I mean,
Charlotte does a pretty good thing with Ric Flair's gimmick. Essentially,
she pays an homage.
I think,
but it's not a gimmick.
No, but that's what I mean, though. Like maybe gimmick was a wrong turn of phrase for it.
She already uses like a rendition of the entrance music, and then uses a sharpshooter.
That's true, but I would like to visit more of her technical wrestling style, and I mean, like, I know that's part of her repertoire and stuff, but I want more of it.
I want to see Natalya versus Beth Phoenix at SummerSlam.
SummerSlam just happened.
Not SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Survivor Series? Really? That soon?
Imagine that.
I would
Beth
like
Phoenix
that a
comes
lot.
out of retirement to challenge Natalya.
Well, first they would have to set up a thing. So she comes out, congratulates her friend, and then Natalya just rips Beth a new one.
Yes.
And then what? The next... What is it? There's 2 pay-per-views before Survivor Series that are SmackDown, or just 1?
I think it's 1.
So at the next No, it can't be the next one.
1, maybe 2. I don't know.
Well, they can't do... No. I don't think it would be at Survivor Series. It would be sick if they did at the Rumble, though. Like, let's say that the next couple months that she kind of builds up her... I don't want to say reputation, but, like, her status as a champion. Then you have, like, a celebration moment, and Beth comes out, and then tears Beth a new one. And then let's say that there's like a battle royal. It's all the women, and there's supposed to be a mystery entrant or something like that. And Natalya's waiting, and then all of a sudden you hear Beth Phoenix music.
Yeah, because
everyone would go nuts.
Beth has been saying, I remember in a couple interviews, she said she wouldn't mind returning back to the ring.
I actually do miss Beth.
And a lot of wrestlers from past eras are wrestling, and they're doing it for their children. Goldberg did it. Shane McMahon did it. So, it's not unlikely that we could see a Beth Phoenix Natalya thing. But I would also like to see Natalya versus Charlotte.
Okay.
Do you think, though, that Natalya needs a new gimmick? I think she has a good one right now. I think she is.
I don't know. I think, again, this has to do with the wrestling tights thing that I have a problem with certain wrestlers. I don't know. This kind of like, I don't want to say slutty because like that's the only thing that's coming to mind when I'm thinking about it. It's, to me, I don't know. It just looks like it looks too skimpy for Natalya. And I kind of want to take her more serious as a performer.
She beat Naomi clean.
Yeah, but
I don't think you really need.
I don't know, but having like those, I don't know, having like those kind of like outfits and stuff like that does say something about your character. And I'm saying her character doesn't say badass; it says skimpy. And I hate saying that about Natalya because I really like Natalya, but it does. I mean, you can
Man, you're being petty on outfits.
It's
Shoot.
important. It's important. Like that does show a side of character development that's outside of wrestling. Like outside of like in-ring work and stuff like that. That is important. I mean, take Tamina and that whole situation.
God, man, we already got like backlashed on that one. Don't bring that one up again.
That's just one bad tweet, but then I got a good tweet on that. Relax. And it's not like that person's like always commenting saying, "Oh, you guys' podcast sucks." That's not what's going on. But that's a legitimate thing to talk about though. Like having certain kinds of wrestling outfits do matter. That's all I'm saying. But I'm very happy for Natalya, and I hope that she does stay champion for quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I do too. I think that it's going to be good for her. I think she's going to be the one Carmella cashes in on, or I would like to see Carmella cash in on Becky Lynch or Charlotte.
Yeah, I would rather see it on Charlotte or Becky. Not that I don't want Natalya to lose.
They're going to milk this.
But I hope they milk it for a very, very long time.
Yes.
Like I kind of you know what would be really funny? If they milked it for so long that it's the next Money in the Bank, and like that's my hope. Like they milk it for that long and they totally forgot to cash it in. And it's like the very last minute before the next Money in the Bank ladder match. That's what I would really like, because that's the only thing they haven't done with Money in the Bank is milk it for that long.
You know what? I'd like to see Carmella do it on a house show.
Yeah, I would like to see that surprise too. They did that for Styles and Owens for the U.S. title, and it was really good.
The only reason why I wouldn't is because you want to televise something that historic.
Yeah, I could see that, but like then it will create a buzz that okay, maybe it's not the most important thing to go to a Raw or SmackDown. Maybe it is important to go to a house show every once in a while. So like that's the reason why they would do that, because you don't know what's going to happen. They did that for the U.S. Championship, and accidentally they did that for the NXT Championship. I think that was an accident.
No, that was on purpose. Because I remember before the show, the week before, the couple days before it happened, Tom Phillips actually said, "Oh, you should check out our live event this upcoming. It's you'll never know what's going to happen." And then Samoa Joe wins the title at that event.
Okay, so but like I said, like two very purposeful events that led to title changes.
Yes.
That happened at house shows. So I think that it would be good for that aspect, because then it would be like, okay, like it's really important that we go to house shows.
Yes.
But that's our 2 cents on that. Let's go to our very last part of SmackDown, which I think is interesting, is the Randy and Nakamura.
Nakamura should knock off Randy's head, and Randy should go away.
Yes.
This world title picture is so uninteresting. Like, oh my God, I never thought I would say this, but I'm more excited for the Universal title picture than I am the WWE title picture. And that's sad.
Yeah, I know. But
because they're all trying to face freaking Jinder.
Do you not like Jinder as a champion? Because I do. It's just they gave him Randy as a partner for it, and I feel like that was a mistake.
I think that they should keep Randy away. I think they should keep Nakamura away, and I think they should put him with Styles.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a better
Jinder needs some standout matches right now.
or better standout matches because like the John Cena one, that would have been if John Cena rubbed Jinder in that sense, that would have totally changed our whole conversation about the WWE World Title.
Oh yeah, but I think he's getting a better grasp of his character because not only is he doing like a I Hate America gimmick, he's doing like a tyranny type of gimmick. I think, especially with the Singh brothers doing their unbludging loyalty, I would love to see that.
Yeah, I would like to see more of that.
Like I would like to see that. I would like to see Arya Daivari join him from the Cruiserweights.
But that he's not Indian though; he's Iranian.
Yeah.
Stop being a racist, buddy. God.
No, because I
understand people's cultures.
Well, they're all Canadian. They're all Canadian. Arya Daivari from freaking Minnesota.
I know that's the running joke that the gimmick is from India. The other gimmick is from Iran. That's the gimmick. Pay attention to this stuff. We're in kayfabe. This is wrestling, damn it, not real life. God.
I think Arya Daivari could do well with Jinder though.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
I think that they need to increase the stable a little bit. I don't think adding Great Khali was the best choice for that.
It was a one-off.
It was, and they should never bring him back. Never bring him back.
There's actually someone in the Mae Young Classic who's
Ooh, adding a woman though would be pretty cool though.
But she was trained by Great Khali, the first Indian women's wrestler.
First Indian. That would be sweet. I would love to see that.
Yeah, imagine her being. Not gonna lie, I would like to see her be Jinder Mahal's heavy. For those wrestling fans, I'm looking it up now. Who it was, but she was actually very impressive.
All right, but going back to the Randy and Nakamura thing for just 2 seconds. Definitely Nakamura over Randy. Randy goes away and does whatever he needs to do. But then, like, would you want? I don't know how to feel about the Nakamura and Jinder thing, just because, I want to see Nakamura win and beat the heel, which is Jinder. But again, there's so much more to do with Jinder, and they're really just like taking their time. It's like a slow peel, and it's just it's hard to like fully rip the title completely off of Jinder. It's a slow peel.
I think that for Hell in a Cell, they should do a six-way.
Six-way between
Jinder.
Okay.
Nakamura.
Okay.
Randy, Kevin, and AJ.
That's 5.
How many heels do I got in there?
Jinder, Kevin.
That's it? Baron.
Technically Randy.
Throw Baron in there.
All right, Baron. So wait a minute. Would Styles be the U.S. champion still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Kavita Devi. Very impressed with her in the Mae Young Classic. She's very strong. So what I would like to see is her be Jinder's heavy.
All right, that'd be cool.
I would enjoy that, like a China Triple H type of thing. I would enjoy that.
All right.
Like I could just imagine that, and then have the Singh brothers just looking up like, we're supposed to listen to you.
I didn't know they made you.
Yes.
I didn't know they made Indian girls like you.
Yes, but I would like to see that because she's very strong, so I could see her, doing well with that. But I think the stable needs to expand for it to get going. And I'm think that Nakamura is going to kick Randy's head off, and I think Rusev's buried.
That's just a sad state of affair with Rusev.
Yes.
It really is.
Unless if Rusev takes out Randy during his contender match, and then Randy goes on to beat him in 8 seconds.
Stop. Okay, you're making me upset.
All right. 5 seconds.
All right. Stop. All right, let's just move on to just a quick NXT takeaway for Heavy Machinery. I saw them for the NXT taping that they did this past Wednesday. I thought they were good.
Yeah, Heavy Machinery is good.
I like their tag team dynamic. I like the fact that they're big guys. I can't wait for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
They're going to go far.
I'm so excited for that.
I love tournaments.
Yeah, I know. We all do.
I love tournaments. That's why I binged the Mae Young Classic.
Shut up. We're
That's
talking
what I
about
did
it next
last
week.
night.
We're gonna talk about it next week. Relax.
I know, but that's what I did all last night. Is just binged it. I'm like, wow, I haven't been interested in wrestling in so long. And then the Mae Young Classic, I was like, yay! And there are a lot of good people there.
All right, we'll save that for next week. All right, buddy. We'll do the Mae Young Classic. I promise.
Text me after you finish the entire Mae Young Classic, or just text me your reactions for every winner and loser, because I'm going to screenshot those reactions and then post them on our Instagram.
I think that'd be fun to watch.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. We're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna get right to our main event, the Cruiserweights. And we're back.
With depressing tournament. Well, with a great tournament that turned out depressing.
With a great concept that just gave us all sadness in our hearts. We're going to be talking about the Cruiserweights.
You stupid idiot.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we feel. We feel more like them.
Oh, now I know where you got that from, Game of Thrones.
Duh! Now he figured. Okay, we're not going to go into that because you just made me even more bad.
I was trying to figure out, I was like, where is that coming from? That just...
It was Shame. It's the original one.
I think the
New Day one. Yeah,
was
I'll find
better.
that one. I'll bring it in for next
Yes.
week. So, but let's talk about the Cruiserweights. And it's such a hard topic to discuss because I think we both had such high expectations for this.
Yes.
And it turned out really bad.
Yes. So if we want to go back to the Cruiserweight Classic, it was producing, back in 2016, it was producing the best matches for a number of months.
For probably some of 2016, it probably had the best matches and some of the best moments.
We had Gargano versus Ciampa. We had
Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi.
We had Kota Ibushi versus Brian Kendrick.
With the gnarliest finisher I've ever seen in my life. Hit on Ibushi.
Burning Hammer.
Right on his head.
Reverse inverted Death Valley Driver.
Which is banned in WWE.
And Brian Kendrick said, ha.
And it's rightfully banned.
Yes.
And it was awesome.
Yes.
The finish was, I guess for that, just for that like tournament aspect of it, it was good. But the result of it that proceeded for the next several weeks, months, even to now,
yes,
did terrible. But I guess we need to start even earlier than that. Let's start with a pre-Cruiserweight because we had, right around the time WWE bought out WCW, we had a plethora of really good talent from WCW's own Cruiserweight division, which was phenomenal.
Yes.
Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Lance Storm.
Yes.
And Dean Malenko.
Lance Storm wasn't a Cruiserweight.
Oh, he wasn't?
Nope.
Lance Storm. No, not Lance Storm. Dean Malenko was.
Dean Malenko. I believe Chris Benoit was. No, Chris Benoit wasn't. He was heavyweight division.
Perry White?
Perry Saturn wasn't.
Saturn?
No, he was mid-card, but he wasn't Cruiserweight.
Some of the Radicals might also be confused.
Billy Kidman.
Billy Kidman. Just like, even in a pre-early AJ Styles and a pre-early Jamie Noble, like, somehow WCW knew what to do.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it went with par with their downfall and destruction. And then WWE kind of like just took the talent and put them in jobber roles and, only elevated certain ones like Mysterio and Jericho.
But even so, like they elevated They elevated Jericho. They put Eddie
lot.
Guerrero in the mid-card scene. They put Chris Benoit in the mid-card scene.
They put Rey Mysterio in the mid-card scene, and then elevated to a main event scene, and then back to him.
Rey Mysterio went to Cruiserweight division first.
Well, yeah, Cruiserweight first, and then elevate, and then down, and then... That's what I'm saying, like, throughout that whole career.
Yeah, but that point, during that whole time, they did then establish the Cruiserweight division then, and it was thriving. It was thriving on the blue brand.
Yeah, only on the blue brand, and that was part of its downfall because, I mean, no, after they switched up SmackDown from the writing wasn't good and they got rid of the SmackDown 6, SmackDown was not good. Then the Cruiserweight division went away, and they had times of bringing it back with different people. I was listening to a podcast, this was months ago, and they were actually talking about reviving the Cruiserweights like way before they did the Cruiserweight Classic. And Frankie Kazarian was going to be part of that division originally. That's what I heard. But it never picked up speed, and a lot of it had to do with probably Vince not liking Cruiserweights in general.
Because they're
small.
Yeah.
They
don't look like draws. They don't look
like they're not the classic draw that heavyweights are, and they get injured more, and so they're more liable.
Fun fact: Cruiserweight. This is someone that participated in the X division in TNA. Because you brought up Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels. He was actually supposed to be revealed as the leader of the Ministry of Darkness.
That would have been sweet, and it would have been something interesting.
And you know what the reason was?
Go on.
Too small.
Vince
McMahon didn't like it.
He doesn't like small guys. He likes big men.
Yes, and that can be seen even with the Cruiserweights now, because look at what the Cruiserweights have been given. They've been given maybe 15 minutes on Raw, a 3-hour show. They are
only one segment every week, and then they started spreading off into SmackDown and getting their own show, which no one watches.
205 Live at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays, which is a hard time slot.
And it's only on the network.
Yes.
And it's a good time slot for television. It's a bad one, I think, to put on the network, because once you're on regular television and you're watching it in live, you're not going to go to the network right afterwards.
Yes.
Not unless it was like a Talking Smack.
Yeah.
And even then, it was like...
Talking Smack was like 20 minutes, even so.
And even then, you would be like, eh.
Yeah. But, if you want to look at like what other companies have done with the Cruiserweights, you have TNA's X Division, which was a highlighted spot, the highlighted spot which overtook the main event scene multiple times.
And it's probably the most relevant for American audiences. For something I actually kind of watched for I would say about 6 months, that I thought was pretty interesting was this British wrestling company called NGW, and they did something called the Gen X Cup. And this is actually specifically different, and they had an interesting gimmicks involved with it. So the basic rules for a Gen X type match is pretty simple. You start in the ring. The match doesn't start until both competitors, or whatever many competitors are in, they have to put their hand on the turnbuckle, and they start at the corner no matter what. And they have to have their hand on the turnbuckle before the match starts. Then they get 10 minutes. Win, lose, or draw 10 minutes. And that's how you do a Cruiserweight match, in my opinion. Some of the best Cruiserweight matches, in my opinion, came from NGW.
Mm-hmm.
And I could give you regular independent wrestlers that you probably never heard of, and that you should look them up on YouTube because they are amazing. El Ligero, Martin Kirby. There's another one.
Did any wrestlers that we do know started out in NGW?
Not off the top of my head, just because it's a British wrestler, but I believe Mark Andrews from the UK tournament, he was on that. A lot of TNA guys that were from the British scene that moved to TNA came from NGW. There are other people.
What, like Rockstar Spud and everything like that, or?
Probably in older ones. I only saw 6 months of television for them, and they were pretty good. But Joseph Connors was also on NGW.
Oh, from
another UK tournament guy. Bunch of these guys are going to be from the UK tournament and that whole UK scene and stuff like that. But other styles of cruiserweights, pretty much any lucha libre stuff that you see from CMLL or AAA.
Yes.
And then
Lucha Underground, you have Phoenix, you have Pentagon Jr., you have
Aerostar, you have
Puma.
Well,
Puma was.
Yeah, you could call Puma. Yeah, I guess you could call him.
Yeah, but like
Cruiserweight.
Just a quick shout out, TNA X Divisions. That produced a lot of stars that our viewers would know today. Samoa Joe was actually in the X Division because X Division had no limits.
Yeah, that was their gimmick. They no weight limits or anything like that. They were no limits.
Yes.
That was their gimmick on it. And they came out with some pretty interesting match styles as well.
AJ Styles was in there. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian.
Austin Aries. Low-key, better known as Caval for WWE people. That's all I can think of off the top of my head
that
for right
people
now.
would know.
Yeah, I think those for right now. But they produced some of like the best cruiserweight matches from these companies, and we're missing out the biggest company for cruiserweights, and that's
WCW.
No, you idiot. No, NJPW's Super Juniors division.
Will Ospreay, Ricochet, Kushida, Alex Shelley.
Who else?
Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega was actually a junior heavyweight.
All right.
He started out as a junior heavyweight, folks. He did feud with Kota Ibushi and
Kota Ibushi's another one as well.
Yes, he was a he was a junior heavyweight. Finn Balor was a part of the Super Junior division.
Even they even had their own tag team division, and the Young Bucks were a part of it. Like
they still do.
Yeah, and it's like you could do a lot with cruiserweights, and these companies knew what to do because they had an identity for them.
Yes.
WWE. I think without saying, they still don't.
I think it's not an identity; it's just a weak identity.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they have to be under 205 pounds and they wrestle. That's it.
Yeah, look at it. The CWC versus 205 Live. Cruiserweight Classic, not only did you see the wrestling aspect, but you got to see the character aspect. You got to see that Arya Daivari was fighting not only for himself, but for Sean Daivari from Smackdown. Way back when, his brother. You had TJ Perkins, that's when he revealed he was homeless for a number of years when he was younger. Rich Swann battled addiction and the death of his parents. You had Kota Ibushi, who was trying to prove that he was the best, not only in Japan, but here. Zack Sabre Jr. doing the same thing, but from the UK.
From the UK.
You know.
Then you have guys like in the ring that are just phenomenal performers. You had Cedric Alexander, who, as of right now, I don't care who you are, is the number one greatest cruiserweight.
Enzo Amore.
We'll get to that. The number one cruiserweight from an athletic perspective. Even some character development work.
He had a thing with Alicia Fox.
Shh. We never speak of that. Shh. Well, we will speak of that in a little bit, but just from that aspect, the greatest performer for a cruiserweight. He was so good that he wasn't guaranteed a contract after that, and after his match with Kota Ibushi, which was the number one best match during the entire Classic. I mean, I love the Gargano and Ciampa one, but that one was Alexander and Ibushi, the best match. That when Alexander lost, he went to the back and was,
the crowd was chanting,
sign Cedric, and Triple H
please sign Cedric.
Yeah, that's the chant. Please sign Cedric. Yeah, okay. But then Triple H came out and
unbeknownst to Cedric Alexander, mind you, he didn't even know this happened.
Yeah, this was live. This wasn't like a spot that they had to do. Like he just came out. He was shocked, and
Triple H said okay. He shook his head. He said okay.
And we got him. And to be fair, he was one of the best performers during the Cruiserweight Classic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked pretty much the rest of the finalists that were in it.
Yes.
Liked Grand Metalik. Liked TJP. Liked the Brian Kendrick. Liked Kota Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr. Some other ones that actually didn't get contracts or they didn't get like...
Fabian Eichner got a contract. The guy that fought Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, he's on
NXT.
Yeah, he's in NXT. Jack Gallagher, another great performer who later to have a pretty sweet gimmick who we don't see enough anymore.
Yes. You had Brian Kendrick who had a redemption story. You see the point here is that they all have stories. They all had character development. In 205 Live...
Well, let's go right into what preceded after the CWC, which was the Cruiserweight division on Raw. Yeah.
5-minute matches, 6-man tag teams.
Yeah, that's not how you build a division.
Yeah.
I mean, fun match. I mean, they filled the necessary need, I think, for a live show, which was a toilet match. But these guys just went through probably some of the best wrestling you've ever seen, and this is how they get treated. They get 5-minute matches on a Raw.
Mm-hmm.
They get purple ring ropes. They get a canvas with the CWC logo on it. Really? That's not how you treat. That's not how you treat some of the best performers. Like, you could say all you want about Roman Reigns, John Cena, AJ Styles, and they are great performers. But these other men, these under 205-pound men, are arguably some of the best performers WWE's had in the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So the year one of the cruiserweights, let's review it. We had TJ Perkins starting out as the cruiserweight champion.
A blank, good-looking, video game-loving babyface that men hated, women loved, and children were like, okay.
I liked him.
He was all right. I liked
he was
him.
Filipino.
That's why you like him.
Of course.
I mean, I liked him. I liked him a lot. Even TJP. He was in TNA. He was
Manic. And then
Suicide.
TJP.
Well, Suicide, then Manic, and
then TJ Perkins.
Was a great gimmick at TNA and a rightful X Division champion. But, I mean, putting him in like that kind of aspect and like that gimmick, it's just, it doesn't really translate well.
Yes. And then you had Brian Kendrick,
who brought some good spice, and I liked it.
Yes, as the cruiserweight champion. And then you had Rich Swann,
who I liked. But, again, another TJP thing. It's like, for some reason, you can't really build a division around a babyface champion. I don't know if that...
you can't build a division around... you can't build a division with a struggling identity around a champion who also has a struggling identity.
Yes. But then we get a glimmer of hope.
Neville.
Who was the breath of fresh air that the cruiserweights needed and that the fans needed. And...
it died off.
It died off unceremoniously.
Yes.
When did that happen, buddy?
When Tozawa won.
Exactly.
Which if they were going to do that crowning moment, they should have done it at SummerSlam.
But it just wasn't an achievable moment for Tozawa or Neville, because what preceded that was Neville getting it back. And unfortunately, yeah, I still want Neville to be a year-long champion, but it's been tarnished.
Yes.
I don't know why WWE did that. Maybe, I thought, wasn't it botched or no?
It wasn't botched.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Why would it be botched if they scheduled a championship match on... if they were doing a non-title match, then I can see Tozawa winning, and then losing against Neville, because they've done that in the past. But if you're going to have a championship match on Raw, and the plan is to change it, why would you give away that whole match?
Yeah, exactly. And I just don't like that. And there was, it just wasn't good. They're not doing any favors to Neville. They're not doing any favors to Tozawa. They're not doing any favors to the other champions and the other people that faced them, like Austin Aries, who unfortunately he had to leave the company because he wasn't liking how the cruiserweights were being handled either.
No, he didn't like him. No,
they didn't like how he was being handled.
Yeah, he didn't like how he was being shoehorned into a cruiserweight role,
which he would have been okay in, but he would have been better on a main card scene or mid card.
Now we have Enzo Amore on there, who's challenging for the championship,
which isn't bad. It's just like,
why do you get to challenge it over someone like Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese,
who again the best performer, who arguably can go like pound for pound, blow for blow with Neville.
Yes,
like in a really good 20-minute match.
Yeah,
I mean, just honestly, like, why? It's just they're doing stupid booking decisions, and they're not doing any favors to the cruiserweights.
Like, I believe
they're treating them
Enzo
as jobbers.
Enzo, yes, deserved to go to 205 Live. Yes, it can give him the shot it needs. I think that they shoehorned him too quickly into the cruiserweight role.
Yeah, they didn't develop anything, because that's another thing. The cruiserweight role is the division itself is only being surrounded by the championship. There's no other real side stories unless you watch 205 Live. And have you watched it? Because I haven't.
I stopped watching.
I mean, I watched that one moment, and there probably will be good moments for Enzo and Neville on 205 Live, because I think it will generally, but again, there's no logical reason.
What do you think they can do to change it? What would you do to change the Cruiserweight division?
Personally, I would do a hard reboot, to be honest.
Hard reboot. Okay, how?
I don't know. I don't know. I would feel if Neville never lost the championship, they could have done another like tournament within like Raw and SmackDown, and then have like the finals at a pay-per-view. And at the pay-per-view, it would have been like Cedric Alexander, for instance, and they have like a really good 20-minute match that crowns Cedric.
Do you think it's limited because it's on Raw?
Well,
it started off.
It was limited when it started off on Raw, and then it kind of bled into like SmackDown for a little bit, and then went into just 205 Live.
How did it bleed into SmackDown?
I don't know. Wasn't there some segments on? No, none.
No,
I'm thinking of just 205 Live. Yeah, if it bled more into SmackDown, and what really started off really bad was the change in ring ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't understand why they did that. Thought it was a really stupid idea for an identity thing, because this isn't. Yes, it's a different division, but you don't need to make it separate from the show. That's segregation, and it just doesn't make sense.
They got rid of the purple ring ropes. You said
because they knew it was a stupid idea.
You said that that it needed a hard reboot. What would you do currently?
First, I don't know. I mean, this Alicia Fox, Noam Dar, Rich Swann, Cedric Alexander thing, that needs to go away.
That has been gone away.
They did not go away soon enough because it was stupid to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
If they're gonna have valets
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, like let them be valets. Like don't put them, like let them have like a real valet thing, and don't put them like too much into the story. Like right now, just if I had to do a hard reboot, I don't know. Introduce new match types. Be creative. You know, this is a new show. You have to draw in people.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something interesting. Mixed gender matches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like mixed gender like one man and woman versus another man and woman. I mean a man versus a woman.
That's intergender.
That's what I meant. Intergender matches.
Okay.
I think that would be, because it's perfect, because you have the lowest limit for a 205-pound gentleman facing off against a woman. Let's say that I don't know who's the smallest guy in the cruiserweight division. You'd say
Lindsay Dorado.
Let's say Lindsay Dorado versus Sasha Banks or Charlotte or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like try to build a story around something like that. Let that be its own thing. You know, do some weird high-rise matches or something like that. Like add another layer on top of the ring or something like that, being like a double ring. And do something creative with match types. Don't just recycle like singles matches, tag team matches, triple threats.
Yes.
If you're gonna do a 3-person match, do something different. Do something like NJPW does, and not NJPW, NGW, where they start at the ring post, get 10 minutes. No matter what they do, there's either a winner, loser, or just a draw.
All right.
They have to do something with these match types that really would affect it. Add some women to compete with the men. Make that more of an intergender belt. I think it would be interesting. I don't know if WWE crowds and management people would allow that or be ready for something like that. But I feel like do something different, and I feel like you'll draw the numbers back into the network. Like, oh, there's men versus women on a WWE network show. That's incredible. Let's watch it, because there's no difference between 205 Live and then like a segment on Raw or a continuation onto SmackDown or an NXT. There's no difference.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in some of like the lower class guys from NXT to challenge, or from the UK scene, or once in a while bring in like an older like cruiserweight person, like they did with Tajiri, or they who else was a really good cruiserweight light heavyweight guy. Have Gilbert and have a unification match, something gimmicky and stupid and funny. Have him face off against like Jack Gallagher or something, and it'd be funny. Something different. And that's really what it comes down to, because there's honestly no difference between a cruiserweight match and like a segment on Raw. The real difference is that when that match on Raw happens or 205 Live happens, that's when people know, oh, it's a toilet break, let me go to the bathroom. And that's really what it comes down to. What are your thoughts?
I think a number of things can be changed. First, change the time slot.
Would you change the time slot or change the day as well? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, I would change it to Wednesdays. Wednesdays at 8 o'clock.
That's NXT, buddy.
That is NXT?
Yes, I know for a fact because I watched NXT.
So 7 o'clock.
Oh, you want it earlier? Really?
7 to 8, and then...
That's like dinner time and stuff like that.
Or 9 to 10. Something reasonable.
Or have it on Thursday where it competes with like other, like instead of watching like GFW or watching like a Ring of Honor show, have that be the competitor in this.
Well, it needs a different time slot and a different day. Second, it can't be live.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it should go to Full Sail. I think it should go to Full Sail.
Well, if it goes to Full Sail, would it share with NXT or would NXT be its own brand at this point and it go to like other
NXT and the Cruiserweights can be cross-brand.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a great way to do it. Have the Takeover specials feature Cruiserweight matches in the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah, that's a good idea and show them more prevalently.
Yes.
Not like on a pre-show aspect. Don't get me wrong. I think the pre-show stuff is good, but if the pre-show stuff is better than the main event, then why watch the main event?
Yeah. So I think that the NXT events should share Cruiserweight matches and Cruiserweight Championship, and you can also have cross-brand. Even like, say Survivor Series. Imagine that, a Cruiserweight team versus an NXT team. Takeover.
Yeah, I would like that a lot, yeah.
Exactly. So I think that the Cruiserweights should change time slots. I think that they should change days. And then they should go back to what made them so good. Start developing, make it a watchable time slot, and then start doing more backstage vignettes,
segments and like those like one-on-one promos with the interviewers, because I liked that aspect of the Cruiserweights because it made it seem more realistic for fighting aspect.
Yes, and this also allows for more stories to develop besides the championship match. You can have at least on a takeover special, even if you extend it from like 8 to 10 to 8 to 11, you can fit at least 3 more matches in that. So that's the entire Cruiserweights.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
That's probably the best way to change it, in my opinion. I think that Cruiserweights should stay separate from Raw and SmackDown entirely.
Okay.
And
would you want to see them on like having a segment or just no, not at all?
I think that they should just cut it because it's not doing them any favors.
Okay.
I don't think it's doing them any favors. I think that the writing team should change. I think it should go to something like an NXT writing team.
Yeah. Here's my 2 cents on the writing team. I think they have too many non-wrestling writers at WWE, and I feel like they need to cut back and give more power to the wrestlers because who knows the wrestling better than the wrestlers?
Yes.
That's just a thought. Sorry, I just needed to put that sense out.
No, it's okay. Yeah, but that's my 2 cents. I don't think they need more titles right now. I think they're fine with just a singles championship. Maybe in time a tag team championship, but definitely needs to stay away from the Raw and SmackDown side. I think that, it should go before NXT because that's how it was, or it should go after NXT, just like how it was with the Cruiserweight Classic.
Okay.
This way you get like good wrestling, you get good character development and stuff, and that's another thing. They had to really focus on the characters.
Yeah, I mean, if I could put in one more thing to change 205 Live. I don't like the name. I don't understand it. It's just 205 Live. I mean, the live aspect, I understand more people would like to see more live wrestling in real time, but I feel like that's an unrealistic...
Live is overrated.
Live is a little bit overrated. It's okay to have things taped. Like, this is wrestling. It's supposed to be a TV show.
Yeah.
Let it be like a regular TV show, please.
Yeah, but I think that's definitely what has to change. I think that, they can have their own purple ring ropes. I don't care. If they're having their own show, definitely purple ring ropes. Change it up. They should, keep their own announce team and stuff, or share it with NXT. Morrow and Nigel McGuinness calling that. Or, you know what I would like to see? I would like to see the UK scene bleed into the Cruiserweight and the NXT. Throw Wolfgang for the NXT Championship. Throw Pete Dunne.
Well, I would like to see how, going on with the UK kind of scene. I like what they're doing with the UK title, and like it's being defended on like certain UK shows, ICW, Progress, Rev Pro. I like that aspect, and I feel like WWE needs to be a little bit ballsy and needs to start doing that here in the States. Do it at an Evolve show. Do that at a House of Hardcore show. They
could probably do it at Ring of Honor and Evolve because they have partnerships with them.
Well, Evolve definitely.
Yeah, at Ring of Honor they have.
They definitely have a. Partnership.
Well, they don't definitely have a partnership, but they have a good relationship with them.
Yeah, I feel and that's really what it comes down to. They need to be. Well, I don't know because they're Ring of Honor is doing a thing with New Japan, and New Japan's kind of muscling.
And CMLL.
And CMLL. Like they need to start doing that aspect to it. I think it's a really smart idea to introduce other people outside. Yeah. But I mean, I get that WWE wants to keep everything in-house. Yeah. But I feel like that's an unrealistic goal at this point because of social media and a more globalizing world.
Yeah.
And it just needs to change. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with just the mindset of management. It's like, get out of just being in WWE because it's not going to get any bigger unless you let the doors open, essentially, and hopefully something happens. That's what and at the end of the day, that's really what they need to do.
Yeah. But I've said my two piece on what they could change.
I like your two pieces. I think they're good ideas from like the show perspective. What do you think of mine?
They were fair. That's the thing. They were fair points. I don't think the intergender matches though. I don't think that would or making it different. Because
my idea was for different match types. And I feel like with a show that's about the Cruiserweights or 205 Live, that's the experiment of doing something different. And if 205 Live starts doing that, then it would bleed into NXT. Then it would bleed into Smackdown, and then it would bleed into Raw. That's how I'm viewing it from an aspect. 205 Live is the experiment. It's Roman Reigns, essentially, if you want to put it that aspect. And do all that you can to make people watch 205 Live or watch them do Roman Reigns. They're the experiment. Do whatever you want to do with it and try to make it as good and make it as logical and make it as good as you possibly can.
I remember reading something, and it was this one wrestler commented on the Cruiserweight division, and he said, why would you... I think it was Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan commented and said... He was asked, what do you think is wrong with the Cruiserweight division? He's like, why would you care about someone like Mustafa Ali doing an inverted 450 when AJ Styles does a springboard 450? The Cruiserweights do the same style as the main roster. They're just smaller, which that's fine. But the difference is AJ Styles is on primetime television and has reasons for people to back him up. Mustafa Ali has none. And I feel like that's the biggest thing is just character development. Why would I watch a match with a ring on top of a ring?
Well, yeah, and I understand that.
Why would I watch that if I don't care about them?
Well, no, I think the character development of it is important. But at the same time, a Cruiserweight division, I think, is built around stories being built in the ring. We had a discussion a while back about Roderick Strong versus Bobby Roode.
Yes.
And how that match was fantastic.
Yes.
And it was because there was in-ring storytelling going on. And that's what I'm trying to get at by having these different match types and doing something different. Because it would probably build more character through that. Because really, you can't build character from a Cruiserweight perspective if they're talking similar to the main roster, I think. I think you need to try different things. And I know that's gimmicky and stuff like that, but I'm try different things is basically what I'm saying.
Well, if you want to do it based on in-ring, that's why I'm saying put it back in Full Sail.
Well, yeah, definitely put it back in Full
Full Sail, keep it in front of the smart crowds and stuff that'll appreciate it, and then you'll get more ratings with that. I don't think different match types is necessary, though. I think it's more that they have to be spotlighted. The Cruiserweights themselves have to be spotlighted. Look at NXT. Look at how many people we care about. The iconic duo, Asuka. You have Ruby Riott, Nikki Cross, Sanity, Drew McIntyre, Roderick Strong, the Authors of Pain, Heavy Machinery. We even care about the Velveteen Dream and the Street Profits and Oni freaking Lorcan. That's because they got character development as well. You know, and no matter how many crazy match, look at CZW. Look at how many crazy match types they have. How many people do people really care about it? The people in the ring.
All right, I see your point. My thing is, and like I get what you're saying, that you have to build character from it, and I understand that. My thing is that what's gonna separate that from NXT? What's going to separate that from SmackDown? What's going to separate that from Raw? And from a television perspective, absolutely nothing. If you add different match types and do crazy things and have that be an experiment, that's going to draw in numbers and crowds. Yes, you're going to put that in front of a smart crowd like at Full Sail, which is the right thing to do. I'm not denying that. I'm trying to say do something different, because you can see all the crazy matches that go on, like for cruiserweights outside of WWE, like seeing a PWG show, and you have basically everyone that's under 205 doing crazy matches like that, and they have a full range of doing it because they're doing different things and they're building stories within the match.
I think you're not saying different match types. I think you're just saying giving them more freedom to actually wrestle.
Well, yeah, but have it also in the parameters of different match types. Like if they let's go with the ring over idea. If there's something like you're telling me, you wouldn't be somewhat interested to see a ring on top of a ring and have a match within that.
Didn't they do that in WCW?
They did side-by-side ring in a cage.
They did one. I think it was like the dungeon or something like that. It was Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage.
Well, it was the precursor to the Elimination Chamber. So
no, they weren't in pods. This was back in the 90s.
I said, it was a precursor because I think that was an idea. I forgot who came up with the idea, but
Eric Bischoff came up with the idea
of the Elimination Chamber. Yes. But they drew that idea from it was the War Games. It was War Games. That's what it was. Yeah.
Not the one I'm thinking of.
It was a cage next to another steel cage.
No, it was a ring on top of a ring. Like, I'm looking it up now, but I feel like, I think that the cruiserweights, they aren't being treated the same as the main roster.
No, and
I think that's if you see a steel cage match there, that's going to be awesome, because NXT is treated at the same level as the main roster. If not slightly less, because you're trying to get to the main roster. But I think that the cruiserweight should be treated with that level of respect and that level of time and that level of commitment.
Well, I think fans want to. Again, that's like WWE saying, okay, guys, we gave you pretty much this. Go do this under this certain parameters, and but other than that, you guys are basically jobbers, and whenever we need you to be fed to someone like Braun Strowman, you're gonna say yes.
Yes.
That's basically it, though. And I feel if you do separate it, because I do agree with you on the whole putting 205 back at Full Sail in a smart mark crowd, they'll get that respect back, I think, from management and from the fans as well.
No, I get you. It's
it's really just an experiment. And that's my main point of it. And whether that's different match types or even putting more character into it, you need to let these people be them. They were brought into WWE for a reason, and it just feels like they're being constrained.
Yeah, they are being constrained. I can agree with that.
And putting them under different circumstances, I think, would best bring out their new characters and stuff or bring out their characters, not their new characters, but their characters. That's all I need to say on that. You got any last minute words?
Not really. I've said everything. I can't find the match, but I just know it was a really crazy match. It was like a steel cage.
Oh, it was steel cage within a steel cage. That's what you're thinking of, I think.
I don't think it was like that, but it was like a steel cage, and you had to get through every single floor and then keep going down to
yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But I think that would be cool, though. You're telling me that wouldn't be cool? Because I thought that was cool at WCW.
I think it would be interesting.
Yeah. But I guess we'll wrap it up for right now. But overall, the Cruiserweight division as it speaks now, are you excited about it, or
nope?
Are you hopeful it's going to be good?
Nope. Not unless they change the things that we said.
Yes, so WWE, if you're listening, only listen to me and CJ, because clearly we know more about the Cruiserweight division than you guys do. Clearly.
We're just saying it from a fan perspective of ways to make it more interesting. And we're spotlighting different wrestlers that have said same things.
Agreed.
So,
all right, guys. That's it for right now.
thank you everyone for staying tuned for our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for their continued use of their equipment and space. If you would like to continue listening to us, please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, and Facebook Marks for Life Podcast. And continue to support us through Patreon and SoundCloud at Marks for Life Podcast. And now, check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life Podcast. Our podcast and new content are coming soon to you. Until next time, Audio Marks.